to my podcast, She Lies, Love, Lust and Butt Plugs.
Hello guys, and welcome back to She Lies, Love, Lust and Butt Plugs. And Doxy, remember, you want to sponsor me, please, or any sex toy company. I would love that. Right, so after last week, you all seem to love it, so I'm going to continue ranting. Yep, that's right. Another 30 to 40 minutes of me talking today about porn. There'll probably be a few follow-up episodes on this because it is such a broad subject. However, if when you think of porn, you think of Pornhub, just leave, right? You've got X videos, XNNXX, Spank Bang, Punish Bang, YouPorn, XTube, RedTube, Heavy R, X Hamster, Pussy Space, Brazzers, Reality King, Hogtie, Beg. Who else can I think of off the top of my head? UJizz, ePorner, Motherless. Loads of sites there for you to go to. Punish Bang and Spank Bang are pretty good. There's nothing wrong with Pornhub, just the content, man. I've seen it all. Like, I don't think there's any new content. I don't think there's anything up there that's different. And also, literally, how can you I completed it like 10 years ago, guys. If you're a bit into the darker, weirder shit, X Hamster and Heavy R definitely are for the, not for the faint of heart, but are for the hard of dick. But when we all talk about porn, it's all aimed at guys, isn't it? Yeah. So, girls, my girl, damn sugar, here you go. Thank me later. Because guys can list off fucking female porn stars off the top of their head like that. Can you list any male porn stars? Well, girls, here you go. So not only has he got a nice face and a nice dick, it's small hands. I think that's ironic. If you like a guy with a womb broom, if you don't know what that is, it's a moustache to your pussy. Charles Deere, Mr. Pete's another good one. And then if you like a bit of BDSM, a bit of bondage, a bit of shibari, the Pope. You never really see his face, but you don't really need to because you just see his hand with a dick on a stick, and that's really what you want. Because if she ain't crying, you ain't trying. Don't she's a fucking squirter. Or maybe do hurt her, and then maybe that will make her squirt. So there are some male porn stars for the girls out there, because I've got a theory now. So a lot of girls aren't into porn. Okay? So here's my theory on that. Now, I think most people are bisexual. Men and women, come on now. Like, it's a spectrum, isn't it? Like, I'm definitely more 75% dick now, 25% pussy. Well, it used to be fair equals pequals back in the day. But girls are hard fucking work. Unless you're just looking at them. But my theory on porn, if you are a straight female, like, I mean properly straight, heterosexual, do not find women attractive at all. Like, I'm not saying I can't appreciate the female, none of that shit. I'm saying you're straight, yeah? Why on earth would you watch porn? It's all based around the female form and women's bodies anyway. There's no porn for straight girls out there, is there? Straight girls aren't going to watch fucking girls wanking themselves off. And even when you're watching straight porn, as in a female and a male, it's all based around the woman. It's all recording her. And it's even worse if the guy that is doing this other bird in is, you know, got a really unappealing cock or a beer belly. And it's like, oh, girl, what else are you doing for charity this week apart from this poor guy? But if you're truly straight as a woman, there isn't a lot of, like, female porn out there for straight girls. And I think that's why a lot of women, a lot of your guys' girlfriends will be like, aren't anti-porn, but they just don't get it. And it's not because they don't get it, it's because there isn't actually anything out there for them. I mean, even looking at female porn directors, oh my God, yeah, it's all so beautifully shot and whatever. It's like, oh God, girls, like, it's still not even that appealing even to me. But then again, the kind of porn I watch isn't that appealing to most people? But that's because when you've completed Pornhub, you start venturing into the secret realms, the dark realms, the actual funny realms. Now I get a lot of my girl mates messaging me because they've looked at your search history, boys, and they're like, oh my God, Gem, he's getting off to this. And they'll send me links, and I'm like, now hear me out. We all know the score. You're looking at the 2x4s, the pictures, and you're like, she looks all right. Double click. And you're like, whoa, that is not what I wanted to go on. Or you're like, that looks all right. Double click. You're like, nah, that isn't what I wanted. But you skip through it, yeah? But on your port, it doesn't say how long you were on that fucking website, like that page for, does it, on your history? It just says you were on that page. So let's say you clicked on something, and I get girls being like, he's into trannies. Which, if you are, there's no problem with that. It's like, hold on a second. Is this just one video in a plethora of videos? Or is it like every single video is like a tranny video? Like, I'm trying to tell my girl mates, like, I can click on a video and within 5 to 7 seconds of it playing, know whether I'm going to like this video or not. And I tell you what, the worst thing is being like mid-wank and trying to like find the video you want to jizz to. And, or you're like, this is banging, and then it cuts to the like, your free trial has ended scenario, like where it's like, it just cuts it out. So guys, you've really got to start clearing your search history. Well, actually, don't clear your search history. That's probably the worst advice I could have given you then. Don't clear it, because then they know you've been looking at shit you shouldn't have been looking at, right? Go through and delete the shit that you know is going to upset her, right? Most girls know you watch porn, but I get fucking messages like, Jem, he's watching this, blah, 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 or he's watched this. And I'm like, yeah, he could have clicked on that for 5 seconds and gone, whoa, totally not for me. I mean, when you're digging into the deep, deep, dark realms of, like, okay, let's take hentai, for example, right? Hentai. Beautifully drawn, mate. I could actually watch hentai all day long. The drawing of like those monster dragon dicks is exquisite. But it's the audio for me is too like, Japanesey, yeah, too annoying for my liking. But I can appreciate a bit of hentai, a bit of the like, you know? Now, if you want to go to the realms of like nugget porn or like clown porn or food porn, like, that's all cool as well. But, like, if you know it's going to upset your missus, or if you haven't really broached it with her, maybe just go through the search history and delete the ones where you're like, yeah, that's going to upset her. Yep. Or if you're literally just watching the same fucking Adriana Chechnich fucking video. Right. Let's say your fucking missus is a blonde, white-skinned girl, yeah? And all you're watching is Latina porn. Maybe change it up a bit, because your missus is going to feel like she isn't satisfying you because of the porn you're watching. Do you see what I'm saying? Right? And I get it. It's a fantasy. It's what you either can't have or want or whatever. But I'm looking at you I'm trying to help you out here on the other side of the spectrum, yeah? Now, when you come to my house, there's butt plugs and there's dildos and there's fucking everything everywhere. Now, if you haven't already got yourself a decent pocket pussy, guys, if you haven't got a pocket pussy and you're over the age of like 21, like seriously, invest. It'll be the best money you've ever spent. Highly recommend Tenga as a brand. The Tenga do these Tenga eggs. Right, so every guy's like, I've got a massive dick. Okay, right. Any guys that are circumcised out there, you want to go for these Tenga eggs, yeah? They are these little, like, they create virtually like a bell end, and you can get all kind of different innards on them, and they're sick. And I would highly recommend them for anyone who's circumcised. And Tenga in general do like the ultimate pocket pussy. Like, if you want to go for pocket pussies, go for the Tengas. Most of them come in like either have a hard packaging, like, and if like take the hard packaging off, because you can have quite a lot of flinging them about. We've thrown quite a lot of pocket pussies at the ceiling, like those old fucking splatty toys you used to get as a kid, and watch them slowly trying to drip off the ceiling. But no, Tenga eggs are amazing, and I would highly recommend you getting a pocket pussy and invest in some decent lube. You get 2 types. You get silicone-based and water-based, yeah? Like, always get water-based, I find. Silicone-based seems to be quite sticky, and water-based, you can just add a bit of water to, and it goes a lot further. But yeah, definitely check out those Tenga eggs. Even if you're not circumcised, even if you just like whatever, they are like small, like you can take them everywhere. They're literally like, and they come in a little like egg case, which I thought was fucking great. I got them for one of my exes as a present, and he fucking loved them, and he was circumcised, so I would highly recommend that. And there's nothing wrong with having a pocket pussy. Like, if a girl could have a vibrator, right, you can have a fucking pocket pussy. But the pocket pussies aren't very, they're a bit big to be taken around with you. And I've got a couple of other things I will go into. There's a couple of sex toys that are wicked for couples that are like maybe doing long distance or don't live together, which I will be talking about in a bit. So now when you're thinking about porn, yeah, you're thinking of either... If anyone has as well, you need to check out the VR fucking setups for porn nowadays, because it is fucking unreal. Like, seriously, if you're a porn addict, like porn fanatic like me, like, seriously invest in some decent VR gear, because it is fucking life-changing. And some decent sex toys, man, and some decent lube. But especially if you're not living at your mum's house anymore, you don't have to listen to it on fucking... However, does everybody else not listen to it? Like, I used to for ages... Even like when I started living on my own when I was 15, but like for a couple of years, I still listened to porn really quietly, just in case someone was listening. But then when you'd fuck me, I'd scream the fucking house down. One of my exes was like, well, you just shut the fuck up. And I'm like, yes, digging this. He's like, the fucking police are going to get called or something, for fuck's sake. So, but yeah, earphones are great. However, you can't hear if anybody else is around. So if you live with housemates, that can also be quite embarrassing. And you can't hear yourself moaning. So that can also be quite a call for comfort. Now, if you do hear your mates having sex in another room, there's no problem with that. That's cool. That's normal. But please, go on, have a gig. Go up to the door and go on. Get in there, yeah. Or bet you love a bit, yeah. Because, oh my God, the shits and giggles that I've had winding my mates up about it. It's fucking great. But thinking of porn, right, you're either watching it on your own or you're watching it with someone, yeah? Now, I normally have it as background, yeah, because I'm not really watching it, but I kind of am, because I've kind of completed it, so it depends. And like when you've seen one bitch on a, like with a dick on a stick being self-fucked, you've seen them all being self-fucked, you know what I mean? However, me and a few of my guy group chats, shout out boys, we have tried to start creating the top 10 porn list, which is like, obviously you get your subcategories, yes. You got your family pies, which if you don't already get the intro to my podcast, you should do, like the stepsister style, which is, if you haven't watched this porno yet, it's like, put stepsister pickle in her ass. That is a hilarious one. Also, there's hot shot hookups, which are fucking wicked. If you're into that, like, kind of like stupid girl next door, like, I'm so innocent girl. And then she gets absolutely ragged by, what's his fucking name as well? There's a couple of male porn stars I don't fucking know. He's got those fucking, he's got Don't Care tattooed across his knuckles, which is where I got, why I want Don't Care tattooed across mine. There is also, if you haven't watched it already, honestly, for shits and giggles and for the pure comedy value, right? This porno is now 40 years old. So it's called Marathon 1983. There is the guy with the dick on his nose. There is Dracula. There is a teddy bear getting sucked off. There is like, it's like all the cliche porn things just for shits and giggles. You want to have a laugh. Like, honestly, type in Marathon 1983 and you will have a right laugh. Or if you want to go down a weird spectrum of like something totally out there, it's like, type in alien porn. That can be an experience for you. But I think what a lot of people got to remember is like, porn isn't real, guys. Like, let's get this straight, yeah? Porn isn't real. It's all a fantasy. Now, if you want to remember that there has been many times with a girl with her legs up, right? Going, Linda, can you make me a fucking cuppa? Yeah, he's just about to jizz. He's just having a little breather. Sick. Yeah, 2 sugars, that'd be great, love. Right? Because it's not real. It's like, if you watch porn out, like the outtakes, there is a fucking great fake taxi outtake where she's like doggy style on the fucking bonnet of the car, yeah? Raring. He's going to jump onto the bonnet and penetrate, right? And he slips. Holy shit. I could have that fucking video on repeat because it is too funny. Right? It's not real. Yeah. It's all fantasy. And girls, you need to remember this too. It's not real. right? What porn you watch doesn't mean you're technically into that. It's because it's not real. It's like when you put your makeup on in the morning, girls, right? And you can transform yourself into whatever you want. You can be the cute girl next door with your little pink lip gloss and your little pink eyeshadow, or you can be a fucking goth and have black, like whatever you want to create, you can create. It's the same in this fucking industry, right? I love fucking the fucking stepsister, step bro, step dad, all that shit, right? I have a brother. It doesn't mean I want to fuck him, does it? Like, I think people have like limited themselves far too much with their idea and concept of like porn being real. And everyone's trying to imitate porn. Like, no, it's just a good visual stimuli. It's like watching a good fucking movie or listening to a good track. Like, and it's all about like the setup. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're into a storyline, like if you've watched that much porn that like you've seen it all, fam, like you are now engrossed in the story. You're like, bitch, rewind that. I need to find out if he found the fucking t-shirt he was looking for. Like, or like some of it is just for the shits and giggles. So guys, you try to introduce porn into the bedroom, or actually for girls, first off, right? Most guys are visually stimulated, right? That's why they're watching porn, right? It's not because you don't satisfy them. It's not because, you know, it's because guys have a very limited imagination. Sorry, guys, I might be wrong there. But usually it's because they need that visual stimuli, right? You not noticed how guys usually have their eyes open. Girls normally close their eyes. Now, this is a really interesting thing you should look into if you're in a couple or on your own, just to know about yourself. So there are 8 types of love. Yeah, there's like these different types of love. So you can have like agape, which is like unconditional. You have like ergo, which I think is like passionate. You have philly something, which is like, anyway. But there are also different types of people in the bedroom. Yeah, so finding out what type of lover you are can be quite helpful to know, because you can be fucking 2 different types, but you can cater to their needs a lot more. Girls love a fucking good, like, it's all about the lighting, the music, the whole thing. Yeah, guys can wank off in a portaloo, fucking girding their faces off at a festival, right? I'm telling you now, I've wanked at a festival, but I ain't wanked in a fucking portaloo. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to be aware of what you're into. Like, that's why, like, fetishes and that, like, there's nothing, whatever you're into is cool, man. Like, just know what you're into and what you're about, and also know what your partner's into and what they're about, because a little bit of knowing each other means the mood and the setup to the sex that you want, or something you want to introduce your partner to, or something you just want to try, is loads easier if you're aware of what, like, you're actually into. Loads of people, I think, don't have a fucking clue what they're into, or don't even have a clue what their partner's into. So I know people that are really vanilla that are dating some super kinky people, yeah? And I know super kinky people that, like, don't even have a fucking, like, I know guys that don't even have a fucking dildo. Like, it's like, oh, dude, like, if you ain't using your bum clit yet, you're really, really missing out. And if you haven't already, like, please try with a finger. Like, come on, like, seriously. Like, just, dude, like, now, I know, like, maybe if you're dating someone and you watch nugget porn, because you can throw them around a lot easier, or they're easier to maneuver, but knowing what, like, they're actually into is, and what kind of, like, there's, like, tactile, like, the whole tantric fucking sex thing and all of that, like sharing breath shit, right? It's all about variety. So, like, changing it up. Like, I'm super kinky. Like, I love watching bitches get fucked on with dicks on a stick. And yeah, that's mainly my go-to. But girls, if you haven't already and you don't know, talking of dicks on sticks, so you get one of those vibrators that's either got like a suction cup or like a screwy on end bit for the batteries. Unscrew that end, yeah. Get your loft hatch stick, whack your stick in there, bit of duct tape, and you've got fucking dick on a stick. Because I didn't realise this until about 7 years ago. I've been watching it for fucking years. And then you can actually, this is hard to explain without a visual. You can fuck yourself with your dick on a stick. If you get your feet and put them together, and then imagine in the arch bit, you put the stick. So one of my exes and me, I text him, he's downstairs with all our friends, and I'm like, you need to come upstairs right now. Because when you got a dick on a stick, you can position it either like in the bed, against a wall. So I had it against the like skirting board, and I had my legs up against the wall, and you can literally fuck yourself. I was like, he was like, why am I coming in here? I was like, I'm fucking myself with a dick on a stick. Like, there is, I've just got off tangent, haven't I? But by knowing what they're into, or what your partner's into, you can introduce it a lot easier. So I think something else, or someone else to mention, it's obviously Rocco's Siegfried or Siegfried or however you pronounce it. He has done a really interesting fucking couple of things on Netflix. One called Hard Academy, hilarious. It's trying to train regular guys up to be porn stars. So I know all the guys out there are like, I'm definitely a porn star. Honestly, watch Hard Academy. He is a really good, like, equal side view of the porn industry because he genuinely loves it, has a wife and 2 kids, and like honestly is like a fucking legend. And talking about porn in general, I think actually one of the things that is really missed out is the fact that, okay, everyone's like, oh, dick size, rah, rah, rah. You ever notice pussy size and like asshole to pussy ratio? Like seriously, when you actually start watching porn properly, you actually start to notice, like, there are some long ass pussies out there, and there are some bumholes that seem to be on the back of this girl's like body. And I mean that in a positive way. I mean, like, it like almost openly accepts all kinds of pussy, all kinds of boobs. I mean, being a MILF is someone who's classed as like over 30, like dirty 30s. It's like, dude, it's like, you're a MILF if you're over 30. You don't have to have kids if you're classed as a MILF. Sorry, my cat is deciding to meow at me. Oh, my pussy's talking. Shush. But it does actually celebrate when you look... Sky, shut up. When you look into all areas of porn, there are all different types of girls, all different looks, fake boobs, non-fake boobs, gilfs, gimps, everything you could fucking want. And that's... one of the... Sorry, let me quiet my pussy down. Now, I know a lot of people talk about, like, dick size and, like, blah, blah, blah. No one ever flips it the other way. Like, I'm talking about, like, variety, like, pussy size-wise. So, like, any girl that's like, I've got such a tight pussy, I'm like, bitch, please. Like, you want to be able to have you like your porn, a variety. You want to have a variety pussy, like, so tight you can't get a finger in to like so loose you can get 2 fists in. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, and if you want to know about fisting, Sis Wet. Oh my God, she gets like, she does these monster dildos. That is unreal. Sis Wet. Check her out. But like, also guys, girls' pussies are all different. So like, the asshole to pussy ratio is a massive factor in like DP and like just the length of the pussy and like the shape. Like, not that there's anything wrong, but it's like different pussies are better at different things. Just like everything. I think people forget that porn actually celebrates a lot of different body types and fetishes and what people are into, and it normalizes a lot of stuff. Also, great training manuals. Like, if you've never recorded yourself sucking dick, honestly, you need to record yourself sucking dick, or at least sucking a dildo, because there are some seriously weak-ass amateur fucking dick-sucking porn videos out there. It's like, bitch, you know what you look like. Knowing what you look like and sound like is half of the fucking game, yeah? If you want to feel more confident and sexy and know yourself, like, record yourself. Even if you delete it straight after, like, I hate the sound of my own voice. Like, I don't actually listen to this podcast the whole way through. I listen to snippets because my voice is so irritating to me. But it's the same, like, if you know you look good, you're like, right, this angle, I look great. This way I do this, I look fucking fit. Like, if you know that, you go in so much more confident than like, oh, I don't know what. And I think a lot of girls, it's not the threat. It's not like, oh my God, she's more attractive than me. There's always going to be someone more attractive than you, babe. Like, there's always going to be, like, the grass is always greener, yeah? Because you're not over there fucking it up, right? And they're actually watering theirs, like, with squirt. No, I mean, but, like, it's hard, I think, for girls to understand the porn appeal because they see it as real. They don't see it as it's a means to an end as such. Like, they think it's competition, or like there's like, it's not real. It's like trying to compare yourself to like a film character. It's like, they're not, it's like, okay, that's the greatest way to describe it. It's like, you think of Deadpool and you think of, I can't even remember the actor's name, but you think of that guy, yeah? Right? That isn't his only character, but you think of him as that, yeah? But you know he's an actor and you know Deadpool isn't real. So it's exactly the same with porn. Like, Ariana or Adriana Chechnich, whatever her name is. And I recommend, oh my God, guys, if you haven't already, Marsha May, she's one of my favorite female porn stars. Marsha May, but she also has her like alter ego, which is, I'll have to remember what that is. And then there's like, Monique Alexandra, I really like, Nikki Hicks, Bonnie Rotten, obviously, but like she's a bit overdone now. And like I was saying earlier, it's all about knowing knowing what you look like and what you're good at is like a massive bonus. And also knowing like what you're into. So like there's obviously like, I think there's like 5 or 6 types of people in the bedroom. And weirdly, Gwyneth Paltrow does this weird fucking erotic sexual blueprint thing, which was really, really interesting. I mean, some of it I think is a bit obvious, but others I don't. Like, there's obviously like the sensual type, which is all feely, touchy, which I think most girls are more sensual. That's why like girls aren't closing their eyes, I don't think, because they're like not into you. It's more of a like concentrating on the sensation because they are so in their head they can't let go. And I think that's quite annoying for them when there's like, they find the porn distracting rather than like encouraging. Do you know what I mean? So like sensual type is all about like every sensation. So taste, touch, smell. So like everything of that is important. I think most women are like that. And then there's like the energy side of it, which sounds really hippie, but it's like that whole like anticipation, the tease, the chase, the chatting beforehand, it's not just like turn up and fuck. Like they need a bit of social lube. Do you know what I mean? Like go to the pub or like something to sort of loosen them up. Then just like the sexual type, which is like obviously anything to do with sex, like mainly visually stimulated. So like boobs, bums, half naked girls, like dancing. Like, oh my God. If you want a good giggle, type in amateur striptease into any porn site. That is a day's worth of comedy value. Then you've obviously got like kinky people and then people that are just into everything. So I think with porn, the only problem is, especially with like girl on girl porn, especially, is it's not realistic at all. But then that's the whole point, is it is the fantasy. Like, I'm telling you now, as a girl who's fucked other girls, none of it is like that, boys. I'm sorry. That's why I don't watch lesbian porn. It's like, it's not because it's not, I'm not watching porn for the realism, but like, it's so not like that at all. Like amateur lesbian, maybe, but like when you actually watch like the proper like porn, like it's true, like of the hottest babes ever, like totally doing all of the things with all of the, and it's like, oh nah, it's just not like that. And I've definitely ranted on about like totally not porn this week. So I think I'll have to come back to porn. Coming back to porn. Also, if you do have any other sites that you think are worth mentioning, I forgot Beg and Pussy Space and there's so many. But yeah, Heavy R and X Hamster for like proper filth. proper filth. Punish bang and spank bang, hogtied. Trying to think of like other ones that I said at the beginning. But yeah, there are loads out there. And if you've got any to add to the mix, please message me. I think I'm going to definitely have to come back and do like another like retake on porn. But I would love to hear what you guys think about my straight girls not being like proper straight, being into porn. And like, what's the weirdest porn videos you can find out there? Like, I found some pretty fucked up, like there's a dildo drone video that you have to see if you haven't seen it already. There's like a dildo attached to a drone. It fucks a girl. That's amazing. That's got to be in the comedy value ones. Also, it doesn't really matter what you're into, guys. Whether it's foot fetishes or fucking nugget fetishes. Like, it's all not real. The whole point of having something that's like unobtainable is what makes it attractive, because you can't get it. It's like the chase in a relationship or whatever. Anyway, I've totally ranted off topic on this podcast. Next week I'll be doing another one. I'm not sure on what yet. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please let me know. Don't forget to share, like, comment, subscribe. And I'll be talking more about love, lust, and butt plugs next week. Love you all. And remember, it ain't fisting until the wrist's in, all right?